Hello, my lovelies. I hope everyone is having a marvelous Monday. Let's see here. Not sure what's going on. Let's check some stuff out here real quick. All right. Let's see why we're not moving here. All right, since I have somebody here, who it is, I do not know as of yet. Hello, Gary. How are you? How are you? How are you? Just trying to get stuff set up here. People just kind of trickle in, so it may take a little bit. So as you can see, I am back out here in the studio because I have some stuff to show you. Otherwise, I would be in. Hi, Deb. Otherwise, I would be sitting in my office in my studio. But hi, Benz. How are ya? All right. Put my hair up. It's driving me crazy. I spent the time to straighten it out, you know, because it was everywhere. But then I decided, oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back because it's all on my face and it drives me crazy. So, well, how is everybody? How has your week been? How was your weekend? I am going to jump on my channel here. I need to make sure that I am muted because I seem to be able to read that much better. That's sad, I know. So I want to make sure that I have the volume off. All right, that'll be good. Okay. Yes, Deb, we're starting to, well, we've been getting light sprinkles all day long. And it's just been sprinkling, thankfully, but it has cooled off considerably, which I don't like. So I am wearing my new glasses. The optometrist told me to, welcome to your 40s, sweetheart, because I jumped right into bifocals. Yeah, I went from perfect vision to bifocals in a year. He's like, wow, you're not messing around, are you? So you're going to hear the heaters kicking on and off, and I'm sorry. I am out in the studio, in Tony's studio, home of middle of nowhere studio, because if you will see behind me, this is the new heat press, and I wanted to show you guys that I did in fact receive the heat press. Yay! Finally. Hello, Vincent. Hi, Missy. Despite your reminder not going off, you still made it. I am so proud of you, and thank you, sir. So I spent today, this morning, we did about an hour and a half of, well, just a little over an hour of math, homeschooling math. And that was enough to drive me up a wall. And I said, we're done. About 11 o'clock, I was sitting in my office, and Tony had come in, and I said, well, about a couple more hours and the vinyl should be here. So so we were walking back out, we were coming out here to the studio, and he goes, I said, so not too much longer. He goes, how about now? And I'm like, what? So yeah, the heat transfer vinyl actually showed up at about 11 o'clock this morning. Ups was early. I'm like, they usually aren't here until like 1 o'clock. So, but we got the vinyl, and we got, well, the heat press and its accessories came in on Friday. My shirts that I ordered, my hats, they all came in on Friday. So, oh, that's okay, Vincent. Yeah. Hi, Kat. Yours didn't go off either. Oh, I'm sorry. So, as I was saying, yeah, the eyeglasses are new. I'm sorry. You'll have to. I'm still trying to adjust to them. They suck. Yes. It's awesome that you made it. I am so proud of you. I'm very happy that you're here. So, okay, I am going to show you the shirt that I made today with my new heat press. And I will be actually selling these. Oh, got to get this off. So, you know that my tagline, my motto is live from the earth, play in the dirt. Ta-da! I actually made this today, if you can believe it. So I do have a few people already asking for me to make them one. And so I will be making a few of these. I won't be making a ton just right off the bat, because I also made some for my husband, and you know, I don't have one out here, but I have got a large volume. Well, I shouldn't say a large. I have quite a few orders that came in for that. So I literally ordered, well, here's the order form. Okay, so I ordered 10 of the size large, 15 of the extra large, 15 of the 2XL. And I also ordered hats. So they came with, Kat, you're an XL? Okay. See, this is actually a large, and I sincerely thought that I was going to end up being in an XL, because that's typically what I wear. I will say, though, we haven't washed these yet, so I wanted to make sure that we wore them and then washed them, and then I could really tell you for sure, like, this is exactly what size you'll need. If you normally wear this size, you're probably going to wear this size, or what have you. So thank you. Thank you for the compliment. So I do have a few people already wanting one of these shirts, and I have several wanting my husband's logo. So hi, Emma. How are you, honey bunny? So it looks to me as if I am in the shirt making business. And hats. So tomorrow I'm actually going to try out the hat the hat press. And I'm going to try to print a couple of hats and see how that goes. I'm actually really excited. It was super easy. But I will say the investment up front is a little bit pricey, but honestly, it's so worth it. It'll be so worth it because it was stupid easy to use. The heat press itself is super easy. The plates, the t-shirt plate. I don't know yet about the hat press, so I will show you some of the attachments. I put them so I could reach them. So this is actually the hat press. And it just put your hat in there and the bill, or put your hat over, obviously, what the area you're printing on. And there's the top, and this is actually the heated part. And there you go. So that's the hat press. Now I'm going to have to get up to get the rest of this stuff, but hang on. Okay, I still have it in plastic, and I'm sorry. So this actually is for the mugs. So this would be like a regular size coffee mug. There are two regular round mugs, I should say. Not regular size. Just got a, this is Social Security and your account has been suspended. Yeah. I hit the 2 button to squeeze here. That's awesome. So there's this thing. Not mansplaining. I was a fashion major. There is no industry standard for sizes. Some companies have their sizes run large or run small. Very few true. Right, right. That is so true. That is so true. All right, so there is the mug press. And I can actually do tumblers with it as well. So I'm super excited, actually. I was like a kid in a candy store this morning. I got to start printing. But I will tell you, there's quite a process. There is quite a process. We don't use, like, I have a Cricut. I have like a first or second, I think a second generation Cricut. So yeah, it's old. I don't use it. I think I have used it all of 2 times or 3 times since I bought this stupid thing. I don't mess around with it. We have a big plotter that Tony uses, and actually, yeah, you can't see it from here. It's actually on the other side of the heat press. It's a big plotter. It'll cut up to 36 inches wide. So, yeah. But these are for the tapered tumblers. So, and there are 2 sizes, short and tall, obviously. And then I could actually do plates. So I'm super excited. These are for the plates. And I'm not going to pull them out of the plastic, but this side is this side here is the heated side. Obviously, this goes up against the press. So I can't wait to play around with all of this stuff. Like, I am super, super excited. So that's all going to sit there on that table. All right. So, yes, I know, Missy, you do want a tumbler. I got to get through making shirts and hats first because I really truly want to perfect those really well first, and then I will move on to tumblers and mugs and plates. So I'm super excited. I want to use all of this stuff, but you know, even buying just a few things, it gets really expensive to buy the supplies that you need. So yeah. Anyway, we have a huge cutter. Okay, it's a plotter, and it gets run off of, we use, or I should say Tony uses, but he's teaching me how to use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop so that I can get in there and cut my own at any point in time. And so, I mean, that's how we cut our decals and all of that stuff, all of our vinyl stickers for, you know, vehicles and things of that nature. So I need to learn how to do that. I'm learning it. I only worked with it a little bit yesterday. And so I'll be spending some time on that this week. Definitely trying to figure some stuff out, different designs I want to make, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know how to do multicolored heat press yet. I do have, I have black, I have white, and I have silver right now as far as the heat transfer vinyl goes. And there's a difference between that and then obviously the vinyls that we use for our decals regularly. So I don't, so I'm not real sure how that's going to go. But, all right. Let me get back up here real quick. So yes, Misty, I will get you a tumbler. I promise. I'll get with you. And when I order the tumblers and stuff, I will get with you on that and find out what design and all that fun stuff. Vincent, I should correct myself. Most women's clothes have no industry standard. Correct. Yes, I agree. Most men's are standard and most unisex is actually just men's. Yeah, I have actually found that. I literally have found that. So if you can make a pink hat for me that says Sensitive Men's Gun Club, I would need to for gifts. All right. I will look tomorrow on, or maybe sometime tonight, and I'll get back with you on that. I can order. I found the cheapest place that I can order pretty much anything and everything is jiffyshirts.com. And these are Gildan brand, or Gildan, I think is what they're called, is the brand. And I know they carry Champion and jerseys, and then the hats, they carry the Flex Fit and a couple of other brands. Now, the Flex Fit is what I got, but I got the large, extra large, thinking that was, you know, going to be pretty universal, and it's not. It is so not. I typically would wear a large, extra large hat, but in Flex Fit, I do not. In fact, I am going to have to go back through and order a small, medium size. So I would assume, and that's on me for assuming, because you know how that goes. So I will look, because actually Tony said, oh my God, you can get pink hat, you know, you can get pink. Like, yes. So I will get with you on that. Thanks, Kat. I do think that I'm going to be super busy. Tony can't be, but that's okay. This is something I wanted to do. So I think it'll be better that I'm doing it. So let's see here. Men's, buy in bulk. Bulk is where you say, yep, that's where I'm buying. I'm buying in bulk off of jiffyshirts.com. I'm able to buy in bulk. Here's my thing. I don't want to buy a ton of stuff, because first of all, it does get expensive. But secondly, I don't really have a lot of space to store it. And, you know, I was talking actually to Tony today about that. I said, I think it'd be better if we just had a whole bunch of different blank shirts and hats and things like that, you know, and figure out a spot to put them in to keep them. And we'll just have our overstock and print as we need, just print as we need. But I'm not real sure. We might have to put it up in the loft here. I'm actually sitting under one of the lofts. The other one is back there. You can see it's open, but it has exhaust and all that kind of stuff in it. So I can't use that. Aw, Missy, that's sweet. Still not sure my phone includes part of a previous message. I don't know. Just have people pre-order so you can buy the supplies. Right. Hi, Tina. Pick yourself up a vacuum sealer, shrink it all down for better storage. I actually have one, so I'm not real sure though. Maybe I should do those vacuum seal bags where you use an actual they're for like garment bags, that kind of stuff. So I can't remember for the life of me what they're called. But shrinks everything down when you store. But yes, I do have I just bought a brand new vacuum. I spent $50 on a vacuum. I probably shouldn't have, but I needed it because my poor rug in my office is just covered in animal fur. So I went ahead and bought one. So that is my next, that's my next venture. I have also, I sat and cut out, oh my gosh, hours. I sat and cut out masks. Oh my gosh. So I make my masks double-sided. So I cut out enough masks for, well, it comes down to 33 masks in varying sizes. But if you count the other mask, the other side of the mask that you put in, so it doesn't have, you don't have seams and all that stuff. Yeah, 66 masks. I have not had a lot of time to sit and sew and to get those done so I can get them up on my Square site and get them sold. But I'm hoping this week is all going to be, sewing and heat press stuff and all that fun stuff. So I'm hoping. My daughter actually she has Wednesday off. So Wednesday's probably going to be my really big day of sitting and sewing and all that stuff. So, oh, hello, Tammy. How are you? So welcome. We've never had the pleasure of having you in the chat, in the live. So welcome. Okay, so what does everybody else have planned for this week? Because I'm telling you, like, it's crazy busy this week for me. And what have you been up to? Last Wednesday, we ended up going, oh my goodness. I don't remember what I did. Went and bought the vacuum, I think, and we ordered all the stuff for the t-shirts and heat press and all that stuff. Just cut the patterns for part of a 3 tabard commission. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, but tell me. Well, good. I'm glad you are well, Tammy. So, My goodness. So we ordered, let's see, we ordered the hats, the shirts, the heat press, the vinyl. The vinyl came in today, obviously. We made a couple of, we took an old t-shirt that Tony had, and I practiced a bunch on that before I did, you know, an actual run on shirts for us to wear. So I did a trial run on an old shirt. So let's see what else. Oh, we did buy my grandson his birthday present, and that came in today, which was so funny because honestly, and thankfully there were no pictures on the box, and he wasn't really trying to read the box or anything because it was his tractor, his Power Wheels tractor. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He actually helped. The FedEx guy pulls up and he was getting it out, and he's like, oh, you want to help me? And I'm like, oh no, please no. But he helped him. He helped the FedEx guy bring the box to the door. I'm like, oh, that's lovely. Drafted and cut them. As for planning for me, draft the last pattern for the commission, iron all the fabric, cut and put my pattern pieces and sew it all up. Yay! Thawing out 20 pounds of lard, going to render that down this week. Oh, nice. Yes, I saw that. You had responded to me on Instagram that you were using Tatler lids and that they actually sealed. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Then I will definitely go ahead and use, I just, before I order those reusable, so Tatler and Harvest Guard have reusable lids and rings, sealing rings actually, so they're just a rubber gasket. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to invest money in that stuff if I don't know if it's going to work. And so I'm so happy to hear that, Tina, that those work for you. So I will. And as far as I know, the Harvest Guard site is on back order because of Jill Winger. I think it's the Prairie Homestead is her channel. She did a whole video on them and the whole 9 yards. So yeah, she's such a nice lady too. But so Harvest Guard I know is on back order, just FYI. But sounds like Tatler's okay so far. All right. Yay, Deb! That's awesome. That is awesome. Tabards like those Knights Templars, the strip of fabric they wear with their red cross on it. Oh, okay. Strip of fabric with a neck hole to denote who you're fighting for. Okay, gotcha. Probably for your group, your action group, right? Like somebody from one of your groups. And the commission to make 3 of them and another commission for a tubig. LARPing gear. Yes, LARPing gear. That is awesome, Vincent. I love doing weddings and I make extra money. Yes. I'm an officiant too, but never had the chance to put it into use. Oh, it's fun. It is fun. I did mine, but I never ever have done it. Like I've never actually officiated a wedding. I just, if I needed to, I could, but I've never done it. So perform a wedding. I wear a black flowing tabard as my formal wedding attire. Awesome. A tunic. Okay, yeah. I kind of figured that was what you were talking about, Vincent, a tunic. Okay, so you've got Harvest Guard. So did yours do well too? Did they perform well for you? I am super excited about that. Like that is going to be a game changer for those of us who do a lot of canning and whatnot. I'm going to just really be getting into it this year. I'm hoping, because I really want to have a productive garden this year. But we shall see. We shall see. We were going to actually today, that was going to be our science project for the day, but we didn't get to it because the vinyl showed up and we made shirts instead. But we were going to plant seeds and talk about the plant life cycle and, you know, all of that fun stuff as his. And I am assigning my grandson, that's going to be one of his chores, is to help take care of the seedlings. And, you know, hopefully that'll help foster a love for being in the garden. And I'm hoping that it'll foster a love for the earth. So, and then he learns science on top of it. I mean, come on. Just have to remember 2 things. Leave an 1.5 inch headspace, and when pulling them out for processing, let them sit for 3 minutes and then tighten down the ring. Gotcha. Okay. Someday do it at least once. Bucket list? Yes. I'm an officiant as well, but only married my daughter to her husband. Doesn't matter. That's cool. You know, that is just way cool. I think a lot of people are. And honestly, and for those who actually do it on a regular basis as a side income or, you know, what have you, that's awesome. Okay, you're just starting to use the harvest guards. So will this be your first time with them this year, or will it be? I'm really curious. I want to see if, I mean, it's going to be a game changer. I really think, especially since you can't find lids. It is really hard. Like Walmart is, I've noticed they're starting to get jars in, but they're not really getting the lids. So the lids and the rings, and it's like, well, that's kind of important that we have those things. So, oh, it's your first time? Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know how that goes too, because I really truly want to use, I would rather use reusable. It's just, it makes so much more sense. It really does. So, and there are some people that, you know, they've been canning for years, and they'll go ahead and they'll reuse a lid once in a while, or they'll use a really old lid and they don't seem to have problems with it. But I don't have a ton of experience with canning, so I'm like, probably better not. I know, right? That'll be awesome. Never having to buy, just, you know, trying to buy another lid. Well, that'll be great. I think if you can try the Tatler too. So I was looking, I think for 100 lids for Harvest Guard. I haven't looked on for Tatler, but I noticed with Harvest Guard, I think it was like 30. It's going to cost me like $35 or $38 maybe for 50. Or no, it was 50 of the. Was it 50 of the small mouth and 50 of the wide mouth? I can't remember what the cost was going to be, but it seemed a little, it didn't really seem too terribly pricey. And I haven't checked on the Tatler prices, so. And I do know that Jess from J Love Adventures, she cans. That girl cans like all the time. It's crazy. She'll just go get, if she has fresh, if she buys fresh fruits and vegetables, and she knows she's gonna have excess of something, she'll can it. She's crazy. So, okay. I know she was gonna get some Tattlers, but because Harvest Guard, she's the one that actually told me that Harvest Guard is on back order. So they're backed up right now. $45 really is not bad, I don't think. At least not for, you stop and think about it, it's $45 and you're going to be able to use them and use them and use them. And the gaskets that they are selling with them, I know that you can reuse those for a little bit, but and you just have to replace those, but they're cheap to replace. So I think it's a win the whole way around, frankly. I ordered 100 regular mouth and 200 wide mouth from Tatler, and my last bill was $251, including shipping. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, it seems like a lot, but in the whole grand scheme of things, it's not, as long as they work. So. Well, aren't you lovely? Okay. Maybe you should take your own advice. I'm sorry that you were not loved so much as a child. There. Clayton. Okay. This is awesome, guys. Really. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about that, Deb. It's fine. It's ridiculous. So, I blocked him. Some people just weren't loved enough and hugged enough as a child, I don't think. Okay, then. So this is how this is going to be tonight. That's awesome. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Too busy looking at reusable lids, right? That's yeah. Frankly, that's fine. Whatever. Understand that some people, yeah. I let a lot of stuff go, and it's just not that big of a deal to me. All right. May the gods give him what he deserves. Right? No, but Vincent, you will soon. You will. You'll have plenty to can here soon. Because you're going to get moved down to your spot and, to your land, and all is going to be well. And I have a feeling you're going to be super productive with your food. So, right, Deb? Yeah, not impressed at all. Whatevs. I'm not going to get too terribly worked up about stuff, you know. All right. So I actually have a ton of seed that I need to get started. I was going to do this on Saturday, and we have been terribly busy with trying to, exactly, Gary, life is short. Make good choices. So for the first day of spring, I was actually going to start my seeds, but I did not have time. I haven't had any time at all. So, ooh, juice jelly. Yes, yes, try that. It will likely take me another 2 or so years to get down there because of transition surgeries taking as long as they do, and never likely to get another chance to get the surgeries. Understandable, understandable. If you have a bit of space for 5-gallon buckets, you can grow lots of stuff. Very true. Very true. Paid for, but I will garden up a storm when I get down there. Yes. It's going to be awesome. It'll be awesome when you get there, and you can actually get into really producing your own food. It will make such a huge difference. It really will. It's amazing how big of a difference very quickly that it makes with your grocery bill. It is insane. And just your overall health, because you're in control of that food. You are in control of what chemicals get put on it, if any, and you are in control of, I mean, you're not in control of the weather, obviously. You can't control Mother Nature, sorry. but just having the ability to know where your food comes from, and that it is indeed healthy, and it is chemical free and pesticide free, and all of these things. So I think it's an amazing journey that people should be following. And frankly, I don't understand how, back during during World War I and II, victory gardens were a big thing, and it wasn't just growing food for you, but it was growing food to send off to be processed for troops. But I mean, even as early as about the 40s or the 50s, still, they were still trying to push, having your own garden, raising a few chickens in your backyard, kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, like, society it flipped. I don't know why. And gardening was not a cool thing to do anymore. And, having chickens, having 2 or 3 chickens that you can collect eggs from, every day was dirty and nasty, and people, people ruined it. I'm not going to lie. People ruined it, but hi, Terry. Grandkids in the house. That's okay. Thank you. Yes, look. If you guys go on my Facebook, you can go on my business page, my Royal Amethyst Acres business page. You can go on the private group page if you are a member of that. You can also check out my Instagram, and you can see not only this shirt and my personal profile actually on Facebook, but you can see this shirt, and you can also see the shirt that I made my husband, the shirts I made my husband. So we had luck with cukes a few summers ago, but we just didn't bother this last summer, and good thing, fires. Yeah, it was crazy this last year for weather. It has been nuts. The last year for weather has just been freaking crazy. Just take 100% juice and sugar, and it is super easy. Small, simple thing to start with. That's cool. I love gardening, and I can't wait to garden for food and not just for fun. Yes. It will be a victory. Long time dream. Yep. It will be a complete victory. I promise. So thank you, Kat, for sharing my Instagram page. Got to get the commissions into regular rotation and comfortable with doing that one craft project at a time. Yeah, Tony keeps trying to tell me that too. But I am one of those people, I am chronically like, if I have one project to do, I've got at least 10 more irons in the fire. Not even kidding you. I am completely ADD when it comes to that. Like I'll start a project and it just doesn't really it doesn't strike my fancy quite so much as it did when I started it. And I'm just like, whatever, move on. I'm going to start this next one. Jellies are easy. Forget about that. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So the adjustment to these has been freaking nuts. It's crazy. I definitely have not been a long time wearer of glasses other than sunglasses. So yeah, the bifocal thing it's been very trippy. I'm just going to say, it has set my vertigo off several times this week since I got them. They've caused my headaches. They've caused worse migraines. And a lot of it is because of the fact that, first of all, I'm trying to adjust constantly between two prescriptions. And yeah, my mom is in trifocals. And she's like, yeah, wait till you get there, kid. And I'm like, no. No. I'm not doing that crap. So, but I will tell you that if you want good value, now you don't get, unfortunately, you won't get like an exact personalized fitting, but I got these off of Zenny Optical. So, amazingly priced. Like these frames were like $12.95, and my prescription, I just entered my prescription, and I measured from pupil to pupil and all that stuff, and they took a little longer than I wanted them to. I was getting worried that I wasn't going to get them at all. But yeah, Zenny is wonderful. And so I noticed that on Friday, I think it was. I can't remember if it was Friday or Saturday. It had to have been Friday. We were out and about. We had to go to the store, and I'm like, I can't wear these in the sunlight. I cannot wear them in the sunlight. I have super sensitive eyes because they're blue. They're light colored. And so my eyes are super, super sensitive to the sun, and just light in general. And I'm like, it was instantaneous migraine. And I'm like, I can't do this. So I actually went and ordered the same pair, only in sunglasses. So, and I paid the extra money. It sucked, but I paid the extra to get express shipping. So they're supposed to be here probably by the end of this week. So let's hope. Okay. Hi, Jess. I was just talking about you, girlfriend. Okay, so Tina, the cutter that we have is I ordered this. I do have a Cricut. I don't use it. We have a big professional plotter cutter. We order all of our vinyl from US Cutter, and the heat press is CUTech. And I ordered off of Amazon, and I got the 15 by 15 plate. That's the size of the heat press, and it's like 8-in-1, I think is what it is. But it came with, I'm able to do hats. I'm able to do 2 sizes of mugs. I'm able to do 2 sizes of plates, and I'm able to do 2 sizes of actual tumblers, like taper tumblers. My next thought, though, is that, and Tony is teaching me how to use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, so that I can just go in and design my own stuff and cut it out right there on our plotter, and boom. He usually does all of that stuff, and he's the artist, I'm not, so he knows how to use all of that stuff. The heat press is all me. It's what I wanted to do. So, and I want to say the heat press, let me look, because I cannot remember absolutely for sure. Okay, I can't, because my phone, for whatever reason, keeps shutting down my applications. I don't know what's going on. I cannot clear the cache on it. I don't know. I can't. Now, here's the funny thing. I can magically stay on Facebook, Instagram, with no problems, but it kicks me off of TikTok. It's kicking me off of, obviously, Amazon now for whatever reason. It kicks me off of pretty much everything else. I cannot get on my phone to do anything anymore. That just started this afternoon, and I have no idea why. So I'm a touch upset about that. So it was around the $250 mark for all of that. And I did also order extra Teflon heat protector for it. So yeah, Missy, I know. I think a lot of people do. You just get bored and you just move on to the next project. I've been wanting to be a clother for a long while too. Lack of courage and low self-esteem has made me hold off on trying, but this time I'm going to really put in the effort, because otherwise, job. Exactly. So these, I tried to get them lineless, and I don't know why they didn't come lineless. I don't know. I know. I love my progressive trifocals, but I am on the computer all the time. See, that's the thing. I spend so much time on my phone or my computer, and yeah. I'm getting better at making fermented veggies, at least 3 quarts worth every 3 to 4 weeks. Lots of cauliflower and carrots and daikon radish. Oh, nice. Wraparound sunglasses to go over my glasses when I wear them. I need the lines on my bifocals to keep me from tripping over nothing on the floor. Yeah, well, I do that anyway. So, what did you do, Jess? Okay. So we were talking about canning and the Harvest Guard lids and the Tatler lids, and that you were telling me that that Harvest Guard is on back order, and Tatler doesn't seem to be right now. So Okay, yeah. The Rhinestone World YouTube channel. Okay. I've tried updating all of the apps on my, I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't understand why everything is not updating and why it's doing that. So the lineless needs to have a large enough lens to have the space. That could be, yeah, that's probably what it is. I think, and actually, I think the cutter is, it is, the plotter is covered right now. Otherwise, I would just pick up the laptop and go and show you. So I am, however, going to, I was talking with Tony today, and I think he's going to help me film from start to finish exactly what I do, what I need to do, or I should say my process for shirt making, and going through, you know, Illustrator, like going on, I went to 1001 free fonts, and I downloaded this font. This is the font that I wanted. So I downloaded that and I saved that on my desktop, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get the desktop or my laptop to do what I needed it to do. And so we put it on a disk or a zip drive and put it in Tony's computer, his laptop, because it already has Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, and it's hooked up to the plotter already. So ended up doing that, and then put it through Illustrator, made it the size I wanted it, and I did cut. We actually cut, because we didn't have the vinyl yesterday, the heat transfer vinyl. I did cut just decals. So this is actually like a vehicle decal. Put it on your window of your vehicle. So we cut a few of those just to try them out. And then today we went, so once it went through Illustrator and it got cut out, then you have to weed it, and which can be very, very stressful, just saying. And then after that is, after all of that is done, out that entire process, running the heat press is it's like stupid simple. It is so simple. Now, again, I haven't tried the mug press yet. I haven't tried the hat press yet. The hat press is going to get tried out tomorrow. And obviously, the mugs, the tumblers, and the plates, I don't have any demand for that right now. So I'm going to focus on t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever people are wanting. So I want to say that the cutter we have is actually 48 inch. It might be, I know we can cut 36 inch for sure. But I want to say it's the 48 inch plotter. I'm planning to order from both companies tonight, so I'll find out for sure soon. Oh, awesome, Jess. So Tina used the Tattler lids, and she had success with them. So, yay! And she was just saying also that she got 100 regular mouth and 100, or no, was it 200 of the wide mouth for like $251 after all of that. So honestly, that's not bad, I don't think. And that was Tattler. You've been wanting what? A cutter, a plotter, or or a heat press. I thought you had one of those, so you must be. But yes, Harvest Right freeze dryer would be fantastic. I would love to have a freeze dryer. I would also love to have a much better dehydrator than I have. I just have the little round one, and it is it's a Nesco. So it's not anything fancy, but it's not, crappy either. It seems to take a lot longer, and it's round. And the problem is that the round seems to take up far more space for me than the square ones do. So I would rather have, I'd love to have an Excalibur dehydrator, but those got real pricey real fast. I was telling Jess, actually, I was talking, I talk to Jess on a daily basis, and I get to talk like doomsday prepping and all that kind of stuff with Jess and with Terry, because they both are like, nope, we need to grow our food, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. And so it's nice because we can keep each other on track as to, hey, you need to hit this mark or whatever, it's really nice. So, but anyway, I was telling her that my goals this year, honestly, is, I'm clearing out my laundry room, and I want to redo the walls in there, but I want to bring in, I have a big chest freezer, deep freeze. I already have one in my kitchen that is a standing and upright, but I have a big chest freezer that was my grandparents', and I want to bring that in, and I want to stuff that sucker full of, I would love to do like a half a hog and a half of beef. That would be great. I just haven't been able to, it's expensive to buy meat, and I don't have the, I don't have the facilities necessary to butcher my own. So that's what sucks. Girl, be right back. I gotta put them to bed, going crazy. Oh, but grandbabies are the best, and you know it, Terry. So yeah, that's been my push this year. That's going to be my push this year. So I want to stock up like crazy. All right. So my children, they have meme wars in our family text group. They just drive me crazy. Yes, children, did you see the shirts that Mom made? I would assume that one of my daughters will be on here before too long. She usually tries to stop in about halfway through or so. If I'm still on at 9:45 or 10 o'clock, she's usually stopping in because she's just getting off of work. Has anyone tried 25-year-old freeze dried? I have not. It's a fantastic push to make. Mine is saving, lots and lots of saving. Yes. Got to get to my land, but need the money first. Yes, absolutely. I was ready to trade my 6-year-old grand off the other day. I know. Oh, yes, I know. That's your granddaughter, right? She was naughty the other day, Missy. Oh my gosh. It doesn't take that much to butcher if you have the space. You have crumbling water, electricity, and open space, running water. Yes. Yes, I do. But I need to make sure that I don't have any way of hanging to butcher and cut, that's my thing. Yes, and no flies. Yeah, I just don't feel like I have good enough facilities to butcher is what I'm saying. So yes, the hoisting is the issue. I don't have a tractor that I can, you know, chain and you know, hang a carcass from. So yeah, I just I don't have that kind of ability right now, and that's okay. If I can find I would love to be able to find a farm that raises those things, and they raise them organically, or at least grass fed. And you might have some that are still going to end up with finishing grain, either finished off with grain, but yeah. My old friend autocorrect is back. I knew what you were saying, Deb. And I assume that you are on your tablet. Your laptop is coming this week sometime, right? So I know I'm always saying damn autocorrect or effing autocorrect. I'm always doing that because I just don't my phone pisses me off on the daily. If I'm on the computer, I don't have that because I don't have predictive text on the computer, obviously. If I'm messaging on the computer, the laptop, I don't have that issue. And it will obviously type out exactly what I want typed out. On the phone, it'll change it. No, I really truly meant not ducking. That is just too funny. So when you get your new laptop in, you're not going to have this issue anymore. Are you, Deb? So I do have plans for other designs. I have a whole bunch of sayings that I want to do on shirts. I had shared on Instagram a while back. It was just a snarky comment, you know, about, I think I did on Facebook as well, my personal page, and just like somebody who hates me so much, or for all my haters, sure are a fan or something like that. Like you follow me enough that you must be a fan or something like that. I'm gonna have to look that up again, but I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, that is perfect for me on a shirt. Yes, tomorrow. Awesome. Oh, that would be great if it was there before the wedding, huh? Honestly, I don't have any issues with Windows 10. I really don't. Vista, I hated. I absolutely despise Windows Vista. But I don't use a lot of the applications on Windows 10 either. So, like, I'm not in there doing, you know, accounting applications, and I'm not doing, you know, I'm not doing a bunch of stuff. I also don't know a ton about computers. That's another thing. So I ordered the new RAM cards for my desktop, and I wanted to go from 4 gigs of RAM to 16. Well, I ordered the correct pin RAM cards, RAM sticks. They're the correct pin. They fit the whole 9 yards. And I ordered the wrong speed. I'm like, I don't know anything about this stuff. So I'm telling you, this year I said that 2020 and 21, I wanted to learn everything I could about my computer, and it looks like I'm going to be rebuilding a damn computer. Yeah, I don't think Windows 10 is that bad either. But I don't know. Yeah, I think that's right, Tina. It just takes a little bit to get used to it, and then after that, it's easy breezy. So, what's that? Hi. My favorite quote is, "Your one functioning brain cell must be really lonely." Correct, right? That was the thing. My I I was overclocking it big time. So the see if I've got them. There they are. So the RAM cards that are in there right now and the processor. So it runs at 1066 megahertz, and these are 1333 megahertz. Like shit. it's fine, Denny. How many damn files? How many damn accounts do you have, dude? That's too funny. Make sure you go through and you subscribe with every one of them, please. So yeah, now I'm having to. I was going to do it today, but I opened it, and so I don't know if they'll do it. But I ordered them on Amazon, but it's through ATEC. So I thought about just calling their customer service number and saying, "Hey, I need these, but I need 1066, and they do make them still for 1066 and not 1333. So I'm hoping that I can do that, and if I do that, it'll speed up the computer a little bit. Here's the problem, though. The next problem. So we were running on Task Manager. We were running through it, and we were just looking, at it, and it is constant, like. So it's my hard drive that is making the noise. It's not my power supply unit. It is my hard drive. But you can hear it running, even when, like, it's sitting idle right now. I can hear it running. It makes this, like, grinding noise, maybe. I don't really know. I don't really know exactly my processor, but I had my, I have to match my RAM sticks. That's what I wanted, is I need to match my RAM sticks, my RAM cards to my processor speed. And I'm not going in and spending $200 and $300 on a processor. I'll buy a new damn computer before I do all of this, throwing more and more and more at it. It's silly for me to do that. The computer is, it's old. And the thing is that it's slower than molasses. It is truly slow. So we thought that maybe we would throw the RAM sticks at it first and see if that helps. As long as I can get it to load a little faster and run all of the applications, because I have a 2 terabyte hard drive. Like I've used literally not even a quarter of that in memory. So there's no reason, but I don't know. I'm not a computer nerd. I don't know any of this stuff, and my son is like, well, I don't really know computers all that well, Mom. I'm just, he said, I do, what the hell was it? I don't know. He works on some sort of circuit boards and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So they will get bottlenecked, won't they? I don't know. Just a little overclocking. You're going to blow a rod if it was right. Use this one to YouTube the podcast for folks who don't Spotify. Ah, gotcha. We'll look at his own gear. i5 9400. Okay. See, that's what my son was saying too. My heat sink is there's a heat sink underneath the. He showed me where it's at, and you can't get to it unless you take the whole damn computer apart. But my fan is perfectly. My fan works fantastic. I don't have any issues with that. So when we put these Rams cards in, and you go to turn it on to boot it up, it would just kick the fan on into high speed, and it wouldn't. And then the fan wouldn't shut off. Or like, what the hell's going on here? Like, is my computer gonna blow up? So, yeah, he's like, Mom, these are not the right cards, and I'm like, you told me this is what I needed. He's like, no, this is not the right speed. I'm like, oh. So, well, and he was talking to a friend who, you know, he does all this computer stuff, and his friend's like, no, wrong cards. I'm like, damn it. And he says, he goes, now, if you really want to, you know, beef it up, he goes, go ahead, put in a new processor, you know. And I said, yeah, I'm not going to do that. No. I don't want to spend that kind of money on, I mean, I'm just not going to spend that kind of money on it. I'm just not. He's like, well, it'll still be cheaper than buying a new one for what you want to do with it. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but no, Mr. Peter. I don't know what mine is. I think it's an i5. Start saving for a new computer, right? Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too, was just like, no, we're just gonna start over with a new computer, because it's just not worth sinking that kind of money into it, I don't think. But then again, you know, I don't know. If I were more computer savvy, if I were able to actually fix the excuse me, hiccup. If I were actually able to fix the computer on my own, it would be a whole other story. I'd probably say, sure, I'll just rebuild it. But I just don't have that knowledge. And not that I can't learn it. Absolutely not that I can't learn it. But I'm trying to pick up too many other things in the process that I just don't want to add this to it. So I'm hoping that the weather is going to start turning nice, and it's going to be warm enough where I can be out in the shop, and I can start learning how to fix, you know, small engines and things of that nature. So I don't want to add fixing computers and rebuilding computers to my repertoire. Because I've already got this now. the whole heat press thing and making shirts and whatnot. I'm hoping that it'll be successful enough that I can make enough money to roll it into, you know, another endeavor to make more money, so that I can start making, you know, bigger plans for the homestead. That's really honestly what I'm trying to do. Is I'm just trying to make a little. I'm trying to make side hustle money so that I can roll it into things that I need for the homestead. And because I do fear some of the things that are going to happen here soon and over the next few years. And I don't have a lot of, I have a pretty grim outlook as far as that goes. So I really want to be prepared. And I feel like I can't be that way because I don't have the money to sink into prepare a lot of preparedness. So learning skills is, you know, learning various skills, I think, is probably the most beneficial thing. And but you can't learn everything all at once. So I just looked my rig up because I added RAM to it, got the same kind. Phew. Good job. Yeah, I thought I had the right ones too, but no. My goal is this year to get this channel monetized, and get the other two channels up and running. So let's hope. I mean, they're there, they exist. I just haven't done anything with them. So I have we have one for Tony, which is Middle of Nowhere Studio. And so we need to start filming for that and editing and all of that fun stuff. And I'm going to have to do all the editing. So yeah, crazy. But then I have my other channel that I have zero content on whatsoever, but it is exactly for this stuff, you know, the crafting and the, you know, the scrapbooking, the, you know, all of these different things that I do, sewing and what have you. So learn 3D modeling, free to learn. Blender is free and plenty of tutorials, and you can sell the models online to game makers and 3D printers. That's an option. I just don't think I'm going to do that right now. I have so many other things that I am trying to learn and trying to do. I don't know. I hope I can get there. I really do. I really do hope I can get there. I'm really trying. So I have some things in the planning stage still, and I'm hoping that with what I have planned for this channel and for the way that I film, the way that I edit, and you know, all of that fun stuff. Like I am just the overall image of the homestead, the myself. Like I'm really wanting to change the image and make it popular. So I make it more recognizable so that hopefully it will, you know, be popular enough to finish getting monetized. So I'm sitting tonight before I started, I'm sitting at 610 subs, and I checked my hours, and I'm dumping hours like crazy. So in January, I was sitting at about almost 3,200 hours towards monetization. My hour, I'm just over, I'm like at between 26 and 2,700 now. So I've dumped over 500 hours just in these last few months because I'm not putting out content, for one. So people aren't watching my channel other than my lives. And I've really been going through a transition stage anyway, transition period. I wouldn't say stage, it's a period. It's like a long period that I really just didn't know where I wanted to take my channel, how I wanted to get there, and how I want to come across to people, what I want to convey to people. Like I've always had the same idea. I've never really set those plans or those ideas in concrete, so to speak. And so I've never executed any of those plans. And that's my goal this year, is to execute those plans and get my channel monetized and where I want it to be. So learning curve is oof, but it's something I do. And once you get the idea, it's simple, kind of. That's anything in life, isn't it? I mean, there's just a learning curve to everything. So I personally believe that. Tonight, well, this afternoon when I was working on all of the heat press stuff, it's a brand new machine and I don't really know anything about it. I don't really know the ins and outs of the machine itself. And it really, like, I had to play with the temperature, I had to play with the pressure, I had to play with the timer, the whole 9 yards, because also what was good for one size or for vinyl, and what was good for one size wasn't necessarily isn't the same for the next size, for a different one. So yeah, there's going to be a learning curve with everything. And I also think that the YouTube journey there is a huge learning curve with it. I do find with YouTube, though, that they change stuff so often. So they're constantly changing their terms and conditions. They're constantly, they're trying to add, various, what do I want to say, features, I guess, and putting in new rules. And it's like, it's hard to know exactly what you need to do in order to be monetized with YouTube. So I know that I want to be monetized this year. It is my goal to finish this channel, getting it monetized and moving on with it. But I think that I'm just relaxed. I'm just relaxing with it, and whatever happens, happens. And I'll try something else. I will try filming another way. I will try editing another way. I'll try presenting another way, what have you. So it's just one big experiment. We all tend to make things harder than they need to be. At least I do. Oh yeah, I think so. I think everybody does that. It is about marketing. Yes, a lot of it is about marketing. And that's been the thing. Like, you really do, regardless of what other creators or what other people say on YouTube, it solely comes down to marketing, and it comes down to an image, and being able to brand that image and market it. So that's kind of what I've been trying to. I think that's why I burnt out and I stopped making a lot of content, was because I was just like, it's just not going anywhere. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. What is it that I'm missing out on? And I'm finding that I'm just not marketing myself right. And so, but in order to market myself, I have to have a particular image. I have to come across a certain way. I have to look a certain way. I have to, all of these things in presentation make a huge difference. So whether people choose to believe it or not, or acknowledge it, when you have a channel, when you go to a channel and you watch a channel, what is it that you're looking at? Well, first of all, is the person enjoyable to watch? Do they have good mannerisms? Do they come across as helpful, friendly, kind? You know, all of those things. Like, what are you looking for in a channel? Is the information that you're looking for, is that presented in a manner that you are comfortable with? Do you like the way the person looks? Do you like the way the person talks? Do you the tone of their voice, the pacing of their information, that kind of stuff. So it really, it comes down to a lot of very intricate details that people just, I don't think they understand it. And so there's a lot of psychology behind it, to be honest with you. And I just don't think that some people are aware of that. And I don't think that they take advantage of knowing those things, and or learning the information that's out there, I think is what it is. And I have really been just kind of doing that this over the last year or so. I've really just been pushing, and I just sitting back and watching and looking and like, okay, so when I watch a channel, why do I watch that channel in the first place? And then a lot of times I will watch a channel. I continue to watch a channel because I have made a relationship with that person or those people. That makes a huge difference. So if I'm presenting something to you, and you come back and you watch my lives every week, so there's obviously something that is appealing to you. And so is it that I am I personable? Am I, whatever. So you really have to take those things into consideration when you're doing a channel, I think, and what message you're trying to convey, but how exactly are you coming across, and how are you going to market that? And there's a lot of research involved in it. It's really, really surprising. There's a lot of things that you need to have a lot of insight in, and some people don't put that work in, and some people honestly just don't have it in them anyway to create an environment that keeps people coming back. So your channel starts to just kind of flop like a fish out of water. And that's kind of what I've felt like mine has done. Is it needs a definite dose of CPR. So I like feeling I can interact with people. You're not swearing every 2 seconds, not like shrieking animated or like millennial hipster woo granola. Yeah, I don't, I swear a lot. I'm not even going to lie. And there are some of my live chats where I am dropping the F-bomb, and I just don't care, kind of thing. I get that attitude because I just get to that point, and I think everybody does, and we all have those days. But I will say that dropping the F-bomb all of the time, like, that's me. If you are talking to me in real life, depending on where we're at, obviously the environment that we are in, yeah, I could probably make a drunken sailor blush. But I don't want to, and I don't want to be over the top with people because I think that's more annoying than it is entertaining. I think that being very animated about things, like there is a level that you really should keep it to, you know. Being excited about something is one thing, but being overly animated about something that really shouldn't, it's, why? Why would you do that? So yeah. And I am absolutely not a millennial hipster at all because first of all, I'm a Gen Xer, but I do believe in, I believe that it was the way that I was raised because I spent so much time with my grandparents. But it was always, you know, take only what you need from the earth and give back. And it is the same with humanity. And so I truly try to follow my path, and that is just be kind until you have no reason to be kind. And even then, be kind. So it's hard to follow that all of the time because guess what? We're humans. I just don't know what to do next with my channel. I have had a lot of changes in the last year and a half. Missy, you have had a freaking ton of changes in the last year and a half. I mean, you've gone from essentially being homeless to having, being married and having your family back with you. And like, it is insane the changes that you have had in the last year and a half, and just the dynamics of your personality change with that. So yeah, you've had a lot to deal with. YouTube is not something that should probably really be too much on your radar, I guess. That's probably not where you need to be focusing, and you've needed to focus anyway on your life and getting your life back in order and creating a newer, better life for yourself. So you just, yeah, YouTube will be here. It's not going anywhere. It's one thing to swear, and some days where that's the only word in your vocabulary, and another for those swear words to be the only words you know in your vocabulary. Very true. Very true. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody needs to do, you do you, boo. But all I ask is be kind. Be kind. That, take care of our planet. Take care of each other to the best of your abilities. Be kind. And it's all, I mean, and know that you're human and you're not going to be perfect because you're human. So, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a wretched jerk all of the time in your life. Like, we're all dealt really crap hands some days, we don't all get fair shakes in life, but that's the thing. Life isn't fair. And I really have been kind of on my own spiritual and emotional and mental journey over the last year or so, where I've had to try to put things into perspective. And then I've had other people, point out that, and I've heard it so many times in my life, it's all in how you perceive things. It's all in how you perceive things. Okay? Listen to those words. It's all in how you perceive things. So take a statement and really look into that. Like, do you perceive that as a challenge? Do you perceive it as, you know, whatever? Do you think that somebody was trying to say that to be mean, or to be, or was somebody just saying it to say, okay, listen here, this is what's going on, and you should probably think about it. So, and that may be too touchy-feely for some people, and it may be too, you know, as I've had people tell me, you're too hippy-dippy. Stop being such a hippie. I'm like, no, I'm not a hippie. But whatever. But I mean, I would hope that you would understand what I'm trying to say there is that it's just life in general. It's not fair. And how you perceive things to be is going to determine your outcome, I guess. I just need to start filming and editing again. Agreed, Jess. I agree with you. I agree. I'm half goat. Thank you very much. That is true. Vince, I love you, man. I learned how to be me in my 30s after a divorce. If you don't like me, meh. I have lots of friends who do. Exactly. All right. I love you too, my man. Have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you later. We hippies are still around. Yeah, I don't know that people understand the real true meaning of hippie. And I think that people, like my sister, she teases me. She tells me I'm a hippie all the time, you know, and I'm like, okay, there are worse things to be, at least, you know, and I said, I'm not a hipster, at least, you know, and she'll laugh at me like, yeah, whatever, it's the same thing. No, it's not. I told her, I'm like, I frequently, it took a long time to get back to having a relationship that I know where I stand with certain people, and that includes my family, you know, some members of my family. So it's been a learning process, and it's been a hard process to go through. I'm not even gonna lie. I try to walk in love. It doesn't mean I like everything people do. Nope, exactly. That is absolutely correct. That's absolutely right. No, hipster is not the same thing as a hippie. Nope. There's a hippie, and then there's hippie. Are you hippie? Like, yeah, I got hips for days. I'm good. No, I tease my sister, and she teases me about that kind of stuff. And my youngest daughter, Victoria, loves the apple juice from Honest Company. And I used to buy it for her, and you know, when obviously when she was still home, I would buy it for her, and my sister would make fun of me. She's like, "Oh, you and your hippie juice." So we call it hippie juice now. Hey, JB, how are you? I'm such an introvert. I stress out just going to the store because I don't want to see anyone I know, because I don't want to talk to them. Yeah, I know. I still, even I am. So there is such a thing as an extroverted introvert, and that explains me to a T. So I totally agree. I totally understand that. Understand you there, Tina. Yes, you have to set love limits. Yeah, you do. You really do. I only got comfortable recently chatting on YouTube Lives. Yeah, you didn't really chat a whole bunch, did you? I'm glad you come and chat with me. That makes me happy. I was just thinking that too. I've got plenty of hits to go around. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh my gosh, yesterday, who did that? I stopped into a few lives yesterday and I can't remember where I said hello to you at and talked to you a little bit, JB. They were out looking for turkey stuff. Oh my goodness, I can't. Oh, that's terrible. I feel. Oh, Tubby Guys Outdoors. There we go. Tubby Guys. Yeah. I haven't really I haven't been doing a whole lot of YouTube stuff, even being at people's lives and things of that nature. And I feel bad for that, but there's only so much time in a day. There are so many hours in a day, and I can only do so much at a time. So I can't be everywhere at once, and I cannot possibly hit all of my friends that I truly love. It's hard for me to hit their lives because I have so much going on in my own life that it's hard for me to get to. I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube anymore. It's kind of crazy. So, and the only time I really get on. Are you guys getting a black screen? What in the heck is going on here? That was weird. I just kind of froze or what? So I guess I just kind of froze or something. I don't really know. Yeah, so I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube. I watch TikTok usually I'll drown in TikTok at night for a little bit until I go to sleep. That's usually when I play my phone games even. I don't really do a whole lot anymore on social media. I don't spend a ton of time on YouTube. I do try to post daily, at least on Instagram, and I haven't been very good about posting on Twitter. So that is one thing that I wanted to work on this year, and that all also helps with the marketing. So yeah, I froze for a second, then came back. Okay, good. Now I'm pixelated. Oh no. I spend too much time on YouTube, but it's in everyone else's channel, so I'm not even helping my channel. Yeah, that's my problem too, and that's part of the reason why I backed off of doing so much YouTube, being on YouTube so often, is because I'm spending all of my time, all of my free time, like every waking moment of free time that I have is spent on YouTube, but not putting it into my own channel. And I'm like, what are you doing here, lady? Duh. I don't understand TikTok. What is the point of it? Or maybe I'm too old to understand. No. So you know how everybody's doing all of these YouTube shorts now? Well, YouTube had to get in on that whole thing because TikTok started that. They have found the formula that people literally don't want to watch somebody for more than 60 seconds at a time. Now, I'm told TikTok is for 25 for people 25 years and under. And I'm like, what? No. Whatever. I happen to like TikTok. you would be amazed at the information that you can find out in 60 seconds or less from a video on TikTok. It is insane. So YouTube found that their younger audiences mostly were spending far more time on TikTok than they were on YouTube. And so thusly came about YouTube Shorts. Now, I don't really know a whole lot about YouTube Shorts. It is hard enough trying to figure out SEO and all that other BS that goes along with YouTube in having a channel. So what I have found is that with YouTube Shorts, you really need to keep it right at the 50 to 55 second mark and below. If it's 59 seconds, yeah, you're kind of pushing it. You hit 60 seconds, 1 full minute, it's no longer considered a short. So it won't ever hit the short shelf, which means that, and then you have to hashtag it shorts, and just like, it's just crazy. So I'm like, but I have TikTok for that reason. Like, YouTube is where you go to find out further information about someone, something, you know. So yeah, but there are some funny damn people on TikTok. I'm not even kidding you. A lot of the homesteaders in the homesteading community are on TikTok. It's amazing how many people jumped to TikTok. And so now a lot of us are doing TikTok and YouTube. And so my goal this year was to be able to grow all of my social media and get my YouTube channel monetized. So I'm going to mute my phone now and try to sleep through the snoring. Aw, I just get used to married life. Yes, you do. Good night, Missy. Much love, girly. I was doing that too. I had to pull back from everyone, but then I stopped filming. Yeah, see, that's my problem. I pulled back. I pulled so far back that I actually pulled away from doing my own filming and editing. And so I'm not putting out content like I should, which sucks because my channel's not going to grow if I'm not putting out content. But I do see people, I mean, there are people who do nothing but live chats all of the time. And they have thousands of subscribers. So I don't know that there is an exact formula for success on YouTube. I truly do not think that there is. I really feel like that you can put in work and, you know, just continuous work, but it may not actually be fruitful for you. So that's where things like marketing come into play, branding, and, you know, all of those things. So it's a big game, and I think it's just kind of the luck of the draw. And there may be something about your channel or about you that just is, what do I want to say? Well, I'm trying to think of the best word to use, because I don't want to say infatuating, because it's not necessarily that, you know, someone is infatuated with you, but that they're drawn to you. And so they, you know, there is something that is drawing people. What is it? And that's what you have to find. So that's it. I am old. I am old too. I mean, I turned 45 this year, and I have been teasing everybody and saying, you know, but I really almost mean this, is that I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis right now. I'm 45. I'm getting so much more white hair, silver hair, gray hair. My health has been going just, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, I hit my 40s and I just started to go to crap. Like, what the heck's going on with me? But I also feel like I'm starting to get a better hold of myself. And I'm gaining a better understanding of myself and who I truly am and who I truly want to be. But I do feel like I'm 45 and I feel like I've done nothing with my life of any significance. And then I have to tell myself, whoa, yeah, wait a minute. You have an amazing family. You know, you have a wonderful marriage, a solid, you know, just a solid and loving marriage. You have 3 amazing children who are like, we're thick as thieves, all of us. We are so very close. And you have 3 children who are extremely giving and loving and caring and kind. And you know, you've got this amazing grandson who's growing into an amazing person and an amazing human being. So yeah, I think I've done well, you know, and I chose a career path that obviously, you know, I wasn't meant to take for the rest of my life, but I made an impact. You know, I was a nurse, and I was a paramedic, and I was a firefighter, and I impacted a lot of lives that way. And I'm hoping mostly for the better. I think mostly for the better. So I have to constantly remind myself of that. But that's honestly what has pulled me out of all of this dark lately, that I feel like, oh, I've not done anything with my life. Because I still feel like I have done nothing of real significance. But is that just me being, you know, I guess greedy, needing fame? Like, I don't know. And it's crazy. I'm crazy talking right now, I guess. So there is nothing about your channel that repels people, Jess. You do amazing stuff. Don't think like that. I turned 49. I know I'm going through midlife crisis and my health has been really bad, but I quit smoking 80 days ago, but gained weight since. And I will tell you what, fantastic, and kudos to you. And I support you so much in quitting smoking. I totally am with you right there. I've gone through the quitting phase. My husband went through the quitting phase. And yeah, you gain weight, unfortunately. But you can start to start to get it off. But again, it's one thing at a time. So quit smoking, replace it with something, with a healthier habit. If you need something to replace it, you know, if you really do need to replace that particular habit, replace it with a healthy habit. But until you get a year in, it's going to be hard for you to not gain weight. That first year of quitting smoking for me, I gained probably 20 pounds just in, you know, and that was with working out, trying to work out and watch my eating habits and my health and my, you know, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's rough. It's really rough, but work on that first, because that's way more important. And the weight will go away at some point. It'll just take a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, I I mean, I had a hysterectomy last year, and that's when I lost weight because I didn't have these huge fibroids growing in me anymore, I guess. And I don't have quite as much inflammation in my body as I did. Now I am having the typical, I do have a lot more inflammation again, but I'm not positive as to what that is from. So I think that if I can cut down, if I can clean my lymph system, that'll help. If I can reduce all the inflammation in my body, but I have fibro. I don't think I can. I'm not going to get rid of all of the inflammation in my body, and I'm probably not going to get rid of most of it because of the fibro. So I don't know. You know, and I have all of these other disease processes going on too. So like, you know, just from aging. So it's going to be harder as we get older to lose weight. And I think that as long as you can attempt to be as healthy as you can be and be happy, find joy in just everyday life, that is going to make a huge difference, just a humongous difference in your life. So I worked with a drug counselor at a former job who told me quitting smoking was harder than cocaine. Yeah, I've actually heard that on more than one occasion. Drug addicts, at least those who are addicted to cocaine, do tend to have an easier time quitting the drug than they do quitting smoking. It's crazy. I don't know what it is, if it's the chemical or like the nicotine. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that the hand to mouth habit is a huge habit to break. And it's extremely hard. And so a lot of people will replace it with doing things like eating. And also when you quit smoking, you find that things start to taste better. So you're like, ooh, I like this now. You know, it tastes so much better. I didn't realize I liked it so much before. And you start eating a lot more of it. Nicotine attaches itself to the pleasure centers of the brain. Yes. Never been on cocaine, but I believe that. This has been the hardest 80 days ever. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yay to you. I agree. I agree with Deb. It is super hard to quit smoking. So 80 days is not a small feat. And that's awesome. I haven't smoked now for 15 years, I think. It's been so long since I quit smoking that I think I quit smoking again in 2007. And then I smoked off and on until like 2009. And then in 2009, I'm just like, why bother? Like I would only smoke once in a while at work.